All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel and make sure you turn on your notification as we continue to give you all the updated news and information as it is hot. Now, straight up to the issue on ground and straight up to this one, because this is a very important issue. The Prime Minister Simon Èkpá Ojukwu has dropped a very critical address, and he was able, to remind Biafran about the December 2nd declaration, and also he addressed a critical issue that is trending, currently in Biafran land, and that is the issue of Bianca Ojukwu, the wife of the late Odumegwu Ojukwu, a strong man, a hero, and he has been able to address it in the, fearless and the simplest way possible. One thing I respect the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá is the fact that he is fearless. He doesn't send you, send your mama, send your papa. He go do what he want to do. So far, he is in line with his agenda to make sure that freedom comes to the people of Biafra. That is one. Now, critically, before we go into the live address, I'm going to address a news. I'll play the videos later, in my next video that I'll be dropping later tonight or tomorrow on the critical issue of the IPOB being desperate. The DOS are now too desperate, and it is now getting clearer who they are working for. Now, the DOS have actually formed a political group. It has gotten to that level of desperation. And let me tell you the truth. All these associations, because it is no longer a freedom fighting group anymore, all these associations that they are creating is because they know that once Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, he's gonna dissolve anything about the IPOB currently and the DOS. Go and mark my word, because they destroyed a structure that this man suffered to build. They destroyed a foundation that this man suffered to build. I've been saying this thing, that it has gotten to the level where these guys are now, talking about political issues instead of you concentrating on the issue of the Biafran freedom. That is why I'll keep on saying, if truly the so-called DOS claim that they have, they have the people at heart, they are fighting for the people. Why are you fighting Èkpá? If truly you're fighting for the people, you don't necessarily need, to be part of his government. Like, you don't necessarily need to be part of Bridge, Biafran Republic government in exile, but you have to key into what he is doing, because what he is doing is in line with what your leader, that is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was doing. Forget about the approach. Forget about the strategy. It is a continuation of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing. Quote me anywhere. That is just the fact. So you cannot continue to fight this man, because realistically, he actually carried the mantle of leadership, something you were unable to do. You destroyed the struggle, and you took the struggle into political means. I'm looking at the IPOB, the IPOB DOS handling political issue. Is that a necessity in fighting for Biafran freedom? What is your blueprint? What is the strategies you've adopted in fighting for this freedom? What level have you gone since the abduction of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra that created that group? Instead, you destroyed what he created by fighting a man who is not even fighting you. He's busy, doing his thing, doing what he knows best to do. That is fighting for the freedom of their people, of his people, defending his people, defending his land, creating strategic means that you can see. I was watching one of their polls. They brought a propaganda that the picture with the US speaker and all that was Photoshop. So it doesn't mean that these people are not sound enough to know what a photoshopped picture looks like. If you're arguing it, you can actually check the authenticity of the photo, which people have confirmed professionally. And why will you even do that in the first place? That means you're not even happy. You're not happy about the progress he has made for everybody. You're fighting a man who is progressing. That is the dumbest thing I've actually seen in a very long while. But let us stop here and listen to the man that these people have been fighting. The man that has continued to put the Nigerian government under pressure. Let us hear the address of the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá Ojukwu. Enjoy and make sure you're sharing this video. Let Biafrans continue to know the truth and reality, what the Prime Minister is talking, and let them know what the freedom stands for. Enjoy.
It suffers to become light and hope to the Biafran people. May I present to you the Universal Ambassador of Peace, Prime Minister Simon Èkpá Ojukwu. The Biafran people await your presence. They will from here. A standing ovation to the Prime Minister as he takes the stage.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister Sonny. Thank you very much, everyone. Good evening, members of the cabinet. Good evening, admins of Biafra, Liazen in different states of the United States. I welcome all of you, the cabinet members, ministers and head of department of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile and the Biafra de facto government in the homeland. Good evening from here. It's another honor to be with you today in the U.S. town hall meeting. The enemies are quaking and have all seated in their various gossiping locations to watch again how we fund our liberation, because that is the biggest mystery to them today. You've seen them releasing research, articles, and many papers on how Biafra government is funding its liberation. They took their time to start analyzing, researching on our fundraising, and at the same time, including the views we've had on Twitter. They themselves have posted and published their own finding that my ex-posts have over 226 million views on X alone. So they can understand the magnitude of what Biafrans are doing globally. And I've challenged them to publish their own drug lord criminal president Tinubu views. Let us see who is interested in listening to a convicted criminal in the United States. My fellow Biafrans, I want you all to understand that our freedom is here.
I will never change
my speech today will be very brief, and I hope. But I would like to point and touch many places and many issues. One is that I want to use this opportunity and medium to send a warning to Bianca Ojukwu to stay clear from anything sabotage against Biafra. If she wants to continue to have her peace, Biafra people will not look at anybody that stand on their way to freedom. Her husband led the war when Nigeria declared war against Biafra people. The great Iroko of Biafra, which is her late husband, commanded Biafra armed forces. And of course, he was the president of Biafra during that 3 years of genocide. So, we are not going to trade our freedom for anything political position, because a lot of people have expected me to react on the so-called frivolous appointment of Bianca Ojukwu. The reason I have not reacted is that it is not my business. And I believe it is none of Biafran's business. She is a politician. She believes in Nigeria, and that is her own choice. She is just one person, one woman with one vote. Today, you don't expect me to start reacting when 50 million Biafrans have consented to this Biafra government, giving this Biafra government consent and the authority to fight for their freedom. So who is Bianca Ojukwu? Only one person, one woman. So I don't want to waste my time, but it is very imperative that I bring this message to her. So long as she maintains her lane, mind her business as a politician under Nigeria, we don't have problem with her. But where we are going to have problem with her is when she uses her position to fight against Biafra in any capacity. Then, Simon Èkpá will change to whatever that will suit her. And then we will engage her in any way possible. For now, she can enjoy her appointment. I have no business, and I have no issue with her appointment under Nigeria. You know, the question they used to ask, when will Biafra come? This question has always been what has been in the minds of the enemy for decades. They come like friends, they laugh, and at the end, the question is actually meant to mock the Biafra agitation in those days. My fellow Biafrans, I would like to, today is Sunday, I would like to read the Bible today.
It's
I would like to read from the book of Ecclesiastes 7. The book of Ecclesiastes 7. I'm going to read from chapter 7, and I will read verse 7, and I will read 9. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely, oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Number 9, be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger rested in the bosom of fools. When you expect the Biafran government and myself to act on certain issues, we don't delve into things with our anger. We take our time. But when we start, the entire world will know that we have started. They used to ask you, when will this Biafra come? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned this in one of his broadcasts. Always there, when will this Biafra come? When will this Biafra come? That's the question that many, both the good and the bad, carried in their heart for decades. But that question now has an answer. The question finally has an answer. And the infinite answer will come on December 2nd, 2024. My fellow Biafrans, as we continue to put in place the delegitimization of the Nigerian terrorist state within Biafra land, we are taking it one step at a time. We're not in a hurry. This is a fight that has taken the life of millions, and we fought this for over 50 years. The Biafra government, 72 hours ultimatum to return all the Biafrans that were kidnapped from the old eastern Nigeria and taken to northern Nigeria and other part of Nigeria to detain. Many of them have been detained for many years without trial. That 72 hours ultimatum ends today. And we have seen reactions from different courts. One of them is the Owerri Appeal Court. They have announced temporary shutdown because of security concern. This particular shutdown, it is now very evidently clear that Nigeria have no intention of returning our brothers they kidnapped from eastern Nigeria and taken to different detention facilities in the northern Nigeria, or maybe many of them have been killed. So, knowing what we do not know about the fate of our fellow brothers and sisters, both women and children, that were taken in the name of arrests. So they decided to lock down because they can't provide our brothers they kidnapped from eastern Nigeria and taken to northern Nigeria. I want to use this medium to inform Nigeria terrorist state this evening that this temporary lockdown, because they could not provide our brothers and sisters they kidnapped, should not be temporarily. They have locked down permanently and indefinitely. I will never reopen again. I want to let you know that the evil will only strike when good men keep quiet and silent. In the absence of good men, the evil men will always strike. Nigeria have shown to be evil for decades. And in all this evil of Nigeria, the good men have always been terrified, fear, and they remain silent for many years. Today, many good men have risen up, and they are all in Biafra government in exile. And so we are going to commit a great violence on this Nigeria state, because that's exactly what is going to restore peace. And it has started. We are going to delegitimize Nigeria institution by institution, step by step, organization by organization, government by government, and at the end, they will leave our land. And we will have a peaceful nation where our children and women will live and walk in the night without anybody kidnapping them. Just like we all enjoy in Europe, where we can wake up 2 a.m. in the night, go to shop without anybody molesting and without anybody being afraid of being kidnapped. That is the vision we have for Biafra people. I want to also let those who are shouting Pan-Africanism Pan-Africanism died with Biafra. And it will rise with Biafra. A lot of people are making noise all over Africa, especially those who have access to media. They say, oh, what do you have to say about Pan-Africanism? I have not actually took my time to address them. But today I will make, touch on Pan-Africanism. And I want you to look around yourself. Look around Africa. How many people do you see in government in any African country that is shouting Pan-Africanism? None. Only one. And he is called Malema, Julius Malema. Julius Malema is the only one in government shouting Pan-Africanism, but he is making a very terrible decision. His Pan-Africanism can never yield any result because it is a complete misplace of priority. You do not support evil because you have a platform. Julius Malema will be shouting Pan-Africanism, Pan-Africanism, but inasmuch as Arafat supported Mandela, that is not a reason to support terrorism against Israel. What happened on the 7th of October was a complete terrorist attack and must be differentiated. We must be able to differentiate terrorist attack and struggle for freedom. Malema, with his Pan-Africanism, refused to understand the difference between terrorism and fighting for freedom. Another person who is shouting Pan-Africanism is Professor Lumumba. He is not in the government. So what am I trying to say? The only person that have a voice shouting Pan-Africanism today is Malema, and he is in the government of South Africa. So if you know that you actually love Africa and you really want Pan-Africanism to come to reality, there is a need for you to support Biafra, because that is where the Pan-Africanism will rise. You need people in the government that knows what Africa people need. And Biafra have young, vibrant men and women who will make that Pan-Africanism to become a reality. So if you don't support Biafra, your dream is dead and dead on arrival. My fellow Biafrans, December 2nd, we are going to make history. This December 2nd is sacrosanct in the history of Biafra, as we are going to fulfill our destiny on that very day. The heaven and the earth will stand still to witness the occasion. The sun will bear witness, and the enemies will tremble before us as the world behold the emergence of the United States of Biafra on international stage. For decades, Biafra have stood firm, fearless, resilient, and unwavering against Nigeria terrorism and oppressors. Today, we on the brakes of the new era, we are ready to claim and reclaim our destiny and officially restore Biafra as an independent nation. This isn't just the culmination of journey. It is fulfillment of a dream that our ancestors and the heroes set in motion long time ago, between 1967 and 1970. Their vision is now our reality, and every Biafran alive today is part of this historic legacy. Those of you in the United States that has made us to realize this dream up to this point, you are a hero and heroine of the Biafra nation. The Biafra Convention 2024, from November 29 to December 3rd, 2024, these days, Biafran from all over the walls of live will gather in Lahti, Finland, for a 5-day event that will mark the beginning of the new era for generation to come. This is more than just convention, and I'm telling you, the enemy are not happy. They have done everything, thinking that Nigeria can control and can get anything they want. But today, we're not just asserting them. We are showing to them that not every country supports evil. It's a unification of a people reclaiming their identity, purpose, and future. The energy will be electrifying, historic, and the pride uncontainable as Biafrans come together to declare their restoration of their sovereignty. This monumental and historical event will showcase the symbol of our independence and identity, and here's what we have in stocks. For those who have been asking questions, what is this convention all about? You want to declare independence in a foreign land? We are not declaring independence in a foreign land. The independence of Biafra has already been declared. We are only restoring our lost sovereignty, just like the Lithuanians. The point is that the people don't read history. We are not going to be the first country to restore a lost sovereignty state. We'll launch the Biafra National Identity Card and Passport during the Finland Convention. Finally, making every Biafran place and belonging official across the globe, we will unveil Biafra Ejema during this convention. The Biafra currency will be unveiled. A testament to our economic independence and strength. The flag of the United States of Biafra will be raised, standing tall as a banner of our unity and resilience, representing Biafra to the world. We also will adopt the Biafran Constitution during this convention, a document that enshrines our rights, principles, and governance for our new nation during this convention. We'll also present the map of the United States of Biafra officially, defining our rightful borders and land. It is not just a map. It's a declaration of our place in the world. My fellow Biafrans in the US, we have dignitaries that will embrace the convention in Finland. Powerful policy makers from different parts of the world will be present in Finland. Powerful speeches will echo throughout the event with delegates and key international figures voicing our shared struggle for freedom, resilience, and determination. And in a formal oral declaration of independence, of the restoration of the independence of Biafra, we will outline each vital aspect of our freedom step by step, solidifying our path to sovereignty state. This convention will also feature national debate on the issue that matters most to our new nation, uniting Biafrans from all backgrounds, representatives from across the 40 United States of Biafra, delegation from the different countries where Biafra has their liaison offices, and vote on bills, creating the legal backbone of our nation. The establishment of the declaration document will formally declare our restoration of independence of Biafra, marking our collective vision for the future. And to seal this commitment, Biafra delegate will sign this historic document symbolizing our dedication to a free and independent Biafra. This is just the tip of the iceberg. As many other incredible things will unfold as the United States of Biafra begin to formally enter into bilateral relationship with other existing nations of the world. And in this convention, we will have one of the imagining nation president to be part of it. This is not just gathering of people. It will be unified voice of over 50 million Biafrans who have already voted in the self-referendum, reflecting the clear will of the people to establish the United States of Biafra. On November 28, the final vote count will be concluded. And if the majority says yes to independence of Biafra, Biafra people will give the Biafra government the mandate on December 2nd to officially declare the restoration of independence of Biafra, fully defend it. The Biafra government will then be empowered by this legal document that will be generated from this convention and granted all legitimacy over a sovereign and independent United States of Biafra. This whole world will be watching, and the history awaits us all. I want you to understand that once this document has been generated and the Constitution of Biafra is voted on, which is a continuous document, a living document from the 1967 to 1970, the battle for the recognition of Biafra will then begin. At the same time, the legitimization of the Nigeria state within Biafra land will enter Gear 10. And as that is happening, we will continue to make sure, like the court have shut down today, we will not have any single Nigerian representative from that institution, because what they have done to us will take us decades to recover. They have brought, the judiciary have brought anarchy, insecurity, and what have you in Biafra land. And the earlier we eradicate them, the earlier we evict them, the better for us. Biafra government have already laid down all the principles and mechanisms to begin to set out the judiciary of the Biafra government. It's going to take us time. If you think that this is going to be easy, think again. Well, let me tell you, we have every template, step by step. And you can see we are winning this war even without firing a shot. The diplomatic approach, political approach, and the armed struggle approach can never fail us this time around. We will make sure we give sleepless night to those who don't want us to sleep. We will give violence to those who brought violence to us. We will defend ourselves with the same mechanism that have come to kill our people. Guns and bullets. I want you to be very proud of yourself, because it is because of you that Biafra land have seen and enjoyed peace. Irrespective of the propaganda, do not listen to them. Every one of us, every true Biafran, the 50 million Biafran people who have voted for the self-referendum knows the word and they trust this government. And that is the reason every time we ask them to do something, they do it willingly, because they know it is all for their good. The price they pay today, they will enjoy tomorrow. If you have not joined this struggle, I don't know what you are waiting for. The time is now, because tomorrow may be too late for you. We will continue to defend our land against Nigeria state. We will continue to demand the withdrawal and the militarization of the Biafra land. We will continue to make sure that all checkpoint is dismantled. It does not matter how long it takes us. We will continue to engage them one after the other until they are gone from our land. Thank you very much. Airborne to the Biafra Defense Force, Airborne to the Biafra Liberation Army, they have not even seen anything. We will give them madness. And at the end, everybody will help Biafra.